Welcome to the review session on Microsoft Word 2013. This session will be conducted over two parts. In the first part, we will cover questions 1 to 15. So the first question is about modifying margins, and we're supposed to modify all four margins. So to do that, we go to the Page Layout tab, we go to Margins, and we're supposed to have margins of 0.6 on all sides, and we don't see that option in this list. So we click on Custom Margins and we change the margins to be 0.6 for all sides. And once we're done, we click OK, and that completes the question. Question 2 is about modifying the theme. So it says modify the theme color and font. So we're not supposed to change the theme, we're just supposed to change the color and font of the current theme. So we do that from the Design tab. The font that we're supposed to pick up is Arial. So we pick the collection that is mentioned in the question. And the color that we're supposed to have is Blue 2. So we go to Colors and we choose Blue 2. So with that, we have completed question 2. Question 3 is about adding page border. And again, we need to do this for the whole document. So on the Design tab, we have page borders. So we click on that. The setting is 3D. So we select the setting. The color is green accent 4. So we have different colors. This is blue. This is turquoise. This is green accent 4. So this is the color mentioned. So we click it. And then we're supposed to choose the width to be 2 1/4. So we select the width and we click OK. And with that, we have completed question 3. Question 4 is about modifying the styles. So we're supposed to modify built-in styles, and we're supposed to modify title, heading 1 and heading 2 styles. So we find the styles in the Home tab. So this is the list of styles. So for each of these three, we're supposed to change its spacing. So we go right-click on title. This is the first style that we're going to modify. So we right-click on title and then we click modify. Now the spacing option, spacing before, spacing after, this is something related to paragraph spacing. So we go to Format, Paragraph. Before, we change this number to 12. After, we change this number to 10. So this is how we do it. We click OK and OK once again. So we've done this for the first style, title. We need to repeat the same for heading 1. So we right-click on heading 1, modify, and we repeat the same steps, format, paragraph. So before is supposed to be 12, after is supposed to be 10. We click OK and OK once again. And now we need to do it for heading 2 as well. So we right-click on heading 2, modify. We need to do the same steps, format, paragraph. Before is supposed to be 12, after is supposed to be 10. OK. OK once again. And with that, question 4 is complete. Question 5 is about adding footnotes. It says insert a footnote right after sport, the last word of the first paragraph of the document. So this is the word, and right after it. So we need to keep our cursor right after sport. And this is where we add a footnote. To do that, we go to the References tab, and then we click on Insert Footnote, and we type the text which is given, and we need to be sure that we type it exactly as given. So excerpts from Wikipedia, and there is supposed to be a full stop, so we put the full stop. So we need to type the text exactly as given in the question itself. So we need to make sure that the caps and spaces match exactly what is given. So we've now completed question 5. Question 6 is about applying styles. It says apply a heading style to text. Heading 2 is the style that we need to apply, and we need to apply it on some headings after soaring. So this is soaring. So the first subheading is thermals. We go to the home tab because that's where we find the styles. We select thermals, and then we go and select heading 2. All right. The next one is ridge lift, heading 2. Third one, we select wave lift and we click on heading 2. So with that, we've completed question 6. Question 7 is about creating lists. It says create a bulleted list, and it tells us where. It says 4 lines under launch methods heading. So these are the 4 lines, so we select them. We're supposed to have a bulleted list. So on the home tab, we go to the bullets, and the question gives us the options. So it says define a new bullet, and then it tells us that the bullet character is a picture called glider JPG. So we click on picture, and it's on our desktop. So we click work offline, go to the desktop, and we select glider JPG. So we click OK. And now we are supposed to change the indent for the bullet and the indent for the text. So to do that, we select the same items in the list. We right click and go to adjust list indents. So the bullet position is supposed to be 0.5. So we change to 0.5. The text indent is supposed to be 0.75. So we select that, we click OK, and now question 7 is complete. Question 8 is about adding a drop cap, and it tells us that we need to do it for gliding title. So we select it. We go to the Insert tab, and this is the option for adding a drop cap. So we click it, and it tells us the type of drop cap that we need to select. So it's the first one. So we click it, and with that, question 8 is complete. Question 9 is about adding columns. It says change paragraphs to multiple columns. It tells us that we need to do this for the second, third, and fourth paragraph. So we select the second, the third, and the fourth paragraph. Number of columns is supposed to be 3. So again, to do this, we go to the page layout tab, we go to columns, and we click on 3. And that completes question 9. Question 10 is about adding smart art. It says insert and modify a smart art diagram. It tells us where, so it says below types of gliders heading. So this is where we're supposed to add the smart art. So we click right below the heading. We go to the Insert tab, Smart Art. So the type of Smart Art graphic is vertical picture list. So we're likely to find it in this category. So we go to List, and each of these lists has a name. So we're supposed to select vertical picture list. So this is vertical bullet list. Let us see, this is tab list, so these are horizontal lists. Let us see this one. Okay, so this is the option that we need to select, vertical picture list. So we select it and we click OK. It tells us that we're only supposed to have 2 shapes. So if you see right now, I mean, this graphic has 3 shapes. So we select the third shape. So we select the third shape and we press delete. So now we have two shapes. Content for the first shape, level 1, we're supposed to type hang gliding. So this is level 1. So we go and type hang, it is hang gliding. So we type exactly as given in the question. Level 2, which is this, we're supposed to have flexible wing. So we type that flexible wing and rigid wing. So we type both of these items. And we're supposed to have a picture. So we click on the picture. The picture source is hanggliding.jpg. So we have it on our computer. So we go to the desktop and we choose hang gliding. Now, content for second shape, list level 1, we're supposed to type paragliding. And then level 2 is supposed to be soaring and speed riding. So we have these words given in the question, so we type them. And the picture for the second shape is supposed to be paragliding. So we click on the picture icon and we click on browse and we choose paragliding. So now we've added content. We're also supposed to change the height and width. So to do that, we select the whole graphic, not just the part inside. We select the whole graphic. We go to format, size. So the height is supposed to be it's supposed to be 2.5, so we reduce it to 2.5. And the width is supposed to be 5 inches. So again, we reduce that to 5. So we've now completed the sizing, the height and width as given in the question. So the last thing that we need to do is text wrapping should be top and bottom. So on the Format tab, we go to Arrange, Wrap Text, and we choose top and bottom. So with that, we have completed question 10. Question 11 is about converting text to table. It says all text under heading gliding terminology. So this is the text. So we select all of it. And we're supposed to change this to a table. And we have the options that we need to select given. So we start by going to Insert, Table, Convert Text to Table. Separate text at tabs, so we make sure that tabs is selected. Auto fit to contents, so we select auto fit to contents and we click OK. Once we have the table, we're given the style that we need to apply. So it's list table 3 ascent 1. So on the design tab, we'll find table styles. So we go all the way down to list tables and we're supposed to have list table 3. So this is list table 1, list table 2, list table 3. So it's a style in this line. So it's list table 3 ascent 1. So list table 3 ascent 1. So this is the style that we need to apply. So we click it. And then the last thing we're supposed to do is to sort the table. So we select the whole table. And we go to Layout, Sort. So we're supposed to sort by abbreviation column. Okay, so that's the column in ascending order. So we make sure that the order is ascending. So as you can see right now, it's not sorted. We're supposed to have abbreviations starting from A in the beginning, and that is not the case. So we make sure that we have the correct column and the correct order. We click OK, and now we have the table sorted. So that completes question 11. Question 12 is converting table to text. And it tells us that table under the heading gliding emergencies. So this is the table. We select it and we go to the Layout tab under Table Tools. So it says that separate text with a hyphen. So we click on Convert to Text, hyphen is another name for dash. So we click on other and we make sure that we have a dash. If we're not sure what we're looking at, so let's remove it and we add a dash and we click OK. And with that, we've completed question 12. Question 13 is about creating lists. It says create a multi-level list. Fine. Where? It says all lines under gliding emergencies heading. So we need to select all lines under gliding emergencies. So we're given the type. So we go to Home tab. This is how we create a bulleted list. This is how we create a numbered list. And this is how we create a multi-level list. So we go to multi-level list and we choose the type given in the question, which is this one. Okay, so we've selected the correct type. Now it says level 1 should be critical, must be checked by an engineer, so it's this line, and serious must be checked by operators. So these two lines are supposed to be level 1. Okay. Level 2, all other lines. So it means that we need to select all the other lines and we need to indent them. So we do that, we select the lines and we either press the tab key, which I just pressed, or we go and click on this option here. On the Home tab paragraph group, we click on increase indent. And when we do that, things that we selected get moved to the lower level. So now we have the two sentences that were mentioned in the question in level 1 or at level 1, and then all other items in the list are at level 2. So that completes question 13. Question 14 is about importing text. Import text from another document file before the heading gliding emergencies. So we need to keep our cursor right before the heading gliding emergencies. And we're given the file source, which means this is the file from which we need to import text. So to do that, we go to the Insert tab. In the text group, we click on this option and then we click on text from file. On the desktop, we're supposed to select the file. The name is given, challenges. So we select that file, we double click it, and we get the text that we were supposed to import. So that completes question 14. Question 15 is about adding a text box at the bottom of page 2. So we go to, okay, this is page 1. We go to the bottom of page 2. So that's where we keep our cursor. So it's at the end of page 2. So it says that the type of text box is integral code. So we go to the Insert tab, text box, and we have different types of text boxes. So each of these has a name. So we need to click on integral code. So as you notice that it got added to the page, but not at the bottom. So that's fine. We'll apply all the options that are given. So we've added the text box. The text that it is supposed to have is given in the question. So let us type that. Gliding is an exciting but dangerous sport, comma, it is a must try. You might notice that you're typing the text normally, but it's coming out in caps, so that's fine. That's a style which is applied on the text box, so don't worry about it. You don't have to type everything in caps, just type normally, and don't worry about how it appears, because that is the style of the text box. It's a must try. Let me complete the sentence. It's a must try for those who seek adventure and adrenaline rush. and there is no full stop. So I type the text. Now I'm supposed to change the alignment. So I select the text box. I'm given values for vertical alignment and horizontal alignment. So to do that, I need to go to the Format tab, Position, and I click on More Layout Options. More layout options. So the vertical alignment is 0.5 inches below paragraph. So I need to select the option which lets me select the correct number and option. So below it's this option, absolute position. So I change it to 0.5 below paragraph. So we select that. So that's the vertical alignment. Horizontal alignment is 0.1 to the right of margin, to the right of margin. So again, it's an absolute position. So this matches what we need to apply. So we change it to 0.1 to the right of margin. So we have both the options selected now. We click OK. And it says keep its formatting and style as it is. So we don't need to change that. So as you notice that we applied what the question asked us to apply, and it turned out to be at the bottom of page 2. So that is how it was supposed to be. We've completed question 15. And with that, we have concluded the first part of the review session.